Hello. I just wanted to pop on here really quickly. This is just going to be a little mini read. Um, a lot of messages were flooding in about the Freemasons, gang stalking, and RFID chips for some reason. Um, Charlie Kirk connected the dots for me with my channelings from a couple of days ago. I think it was maybe Friday or Thursday, where a couple of the questions from the audience were like, why would they need to pave the mud or the grass area, the dirt, and dig 10 inches to 12 inches below? And my vision was really weird. I couldn't make sense of it. It was like the Neo from the Matrix, like the little nanotechnology parasite thing that they dropped into his belly, into Keanu Reeves' belly button. They looked like that, but they were staked intermittently. Hi, Jean. They were staked intermittently in the ground before it was paved. That's what I saw they were trying to cover up. So there is absolutely, and based on the messages I got today about nanotechnology, RFID chips, from Charlie Kirk, and how to protect yourself from gang stalking. There was like a PSA from him, which felt urgent. So I just wanted to pop on here. I have another reading, so I'm not going to be able to stay very long. So apologies. I'll try and answer all questions if I have time. But what I wanted to really get the message out there was that Charlie Kirk just keeps giving me like bite-sized, digestible bits for all of us, because he'll give it to me just like right before it comes out, I feel like. And that is because, I guess, to kind of protect me, because I do know I'm getting threats, just weird things, and I am getting gang stalked, but that's nothing new. This is I kind of laugh at it now. But the message that he came through with is that if you suspect there's an RFID chip anywhere in your body and it gives you trouble, it gives you migraines, it gives you problems sleeping, anxiety, deregulates your nervous system, what you can do, a very like affordable option, is a neodymium magnet, which is usually like a 500 plus magnet that you can use. It's a bigger one for fishing. You can sleep with that under your pillow to nullify any chip that you suspect you have. A lot of people will have them placed behind their ears, sometimes in their hands, wrists, and shoulders. And so if you suspect you have one, and going to the doctor and trying to get it removed, I mean, they all are working under the PSYOP anyway, right? Unless you find a really good, like, alternative doctor that would be willing to do surgery, and you don't want to mutilate your body, right? If you suspect that you have a chip that is giving you trouble or that is messing with your biofield, and the nanotechnology from food and the chemtrails is kind of messing with your health, the suggestion from him is a neodymium fishing magnet and sleeping with it under your pillow to nullify chips. Okay, great. Now, another thing you can do is also organites, the William Reich organites that have organic material, inorganic material, copper, clear quartz, and a couple of other layers in there. You can find them on Etsy. There's some great shops there. I would get it from a healer that creates their own, because those are always higher vibrational. But yes, so organites, that was a big message from him. Now, I also got a message about solar energy and the sun. And I went back and watched a little bit of my channeling, and no wonder I was talking about the sun. Like I just like kept going back to how the sun's a portal and stuff like that. And I didn't know why I kept circling back to that. And like showing me, he was like, the reason you saw those nanotechnology like bots, I'm sure someone's going to come up with like the correct term from them, but that you can stake them in the grass and they scan, they almost can like detect the entire biofield, right? What I'm seeing. So these nanotechnology bots that were surveillancing Charlie, we're also testing his biofield and his, I guess, his supernatural abilities, extraterrestrial abilities, and something with magnets. That's also why he's telling me that the RFID chip can be nullified with magnets. There were also magnets behind a booth or table with a skirt. There was lots of magnets, and the magnets were connected to whatever was in the mic, and the drone, I guess they're drones, nanotechnology drones, but they're much smaller than drones, but they were like microscopic drones, maybe like staked in the grass at first. They were like, what I'm seeing is it was like surveying, it was like scanning the perimeter and getting all the digital like measurements like to perfection, like to the nth degree. But it was also scanning Charlie's biofield as well. Now, back to the sun. I don't know if the event was outside. Yeah, the event I feel like was outside. There was a reason for that. They were trying to push the limits on his unaliving with his body. That I am certain. And that is what I feel he is communicating to me with the arms situation, that I do feel he was alive still in the car, and that was intentional. They were testing how resilient he would be. And that's also why I feel like it's hidden in plain sight when they made those stupid comments about how he has a neck of steel and things like that. Well, I just like asked him, I was like, just tell me, just take me through how you passed. Like, why are you giving it to me in like bites? Like, and he was just like, well, because yeah, just to protect you. But whenever for the last couple of days, I've been on this heavy juice fast, like just nothing but juice and water and fasting. And I feel pretty good. I'm surprised I haven't been hungry, but I just felt called by him to really, really fast and go out in the sun. That was another one too. Something about the solar energy. I'll circle back to that because there's something I need to channel with that. I'm trying to hurry because I got to go at 5:30. But I just wanted to pop on here and channel this before I forgot. So he brought me through his last moments, what caused his passing. And I kid you not, guys. Like, I've been rattling around, like, should I get on here and do it and do this live? Like, and I'm just like, whatever, just do it. Just do it. I honestly feel like his neck was snapped. I saw a bunch of purple. He brought me through all the colors he saw. It went from here, like it was like he was turned to the right and then, and there was all these colors. And I saw he took me through his transition and he went straight to the sun, to the plasmic sun. And there was all these things that were being manipulated with the sun as well, that he was trying to tell me about. And I understood it. I understood it in a deep, deep, almost like I was taking a nap, but I was in a deep, deep meditation. So I kind of am forgetting something about the souls and solar energy and the manipulation of it, and how the sun doesn't need to be burning. It's a source all its own, but they create the burning of it. There's something to do with that. And I saw a lot of purple, and I've seen lightning. So I've seen, and lightning is plasma. So I've seen lightning. Lightning almost struck me on the side of my car, and I was going 75 miles an hour. This was like 10, 15 years ago. I was traveling on I-10 really early in the morning for nursing clinicals, and I was trying to hurry. I was probably speeding, but I was going so fast in a rainstorm trying to get there on time. And there was thunder and lightning that snapped right next to me. And I swear to God, I don't know how I didn't run off the road because it was so loud. But as I jumped and looked to the side, there were color. It was a violet color with sparklets in there. But seeing lightning from the side and moving as fast as I was with it was a sight to behold. I can't even describe. There was colors in there that I had never seen before in the spectrum of colors of the rainbow. And what Charlie described to me when his neck snapped is the closest thing I can explain to what I saw. Does that make sense? But there was a lot of purple, just like I saw a lot of purple in the lightning and the plasma of lightning and the color. The main color was this violet hue, purple color, like pinky fuchsia purple color that kind of was iridescent and then would morph into other colors. It was the same thing with him, but I was seeing his spinal column, the trindles of his spinal column. And I, for a second, was like, oh my God, is my neck snapped right now? Like, for a second, I was like, wait, is this just me? And I'm just like projecting onto this experience. But no, my neck is like fine now this morning. And that's always what happens with me is like, I'll feel something and then I kind of like, I'm like, wait a second, is that my issue? But then it goes away if it's not. So anyway, so that's the newest development. Also, Erica Kirk's eyes lately in her most recent debuts out on stage are terrifying. Her eyes are full on reptilian now. They look like, to me, full on demonic possession. I got a real good look at them today. They were like peeled back and angry at the same time. So yeah, full on possession. If you see anybody's eyes like that, run like the wind. Okay, put your QQQs in. I'm gonna hurry. We have 10 minutes. Let's see. Hi, Jess. This has nothing to do with Charlie, but instead a request. Would you be open to doing readings on the following unsolved cases? John Benet Ramsey, absolutely. Madeline McCain and Amy Bradley. Yes. I will start off with John Benet Ramsey and Madeline McCann for sure. But that's going to be for another day because I have to run in about 10 minutes to get ready for another reading that I'm doing, a personal reading. So, but thanks. Yes, I love it. Thanks for the suggestions, CL. Hi, Kaza Bear. Baron is on at 5:30. Oh, that might be why. That might be why that Charlie was pushing me to get on and do a live real quick. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Kaza Bear. Hi, Jean. Hi, Wendy. Yeah, so there is something significant about a neck being snapped. and I do believe it was Charlie's. I also feel like they kind of tortured his elbow a little bit before. No good. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. I have been getting warnings as well. Lots of threats, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I feel like I'm in my purpose, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Why can't or don't track all phones from September 10th? Well, I mean, that would be too easy, wouldn't it be? I mean, they wouldn't be able to cover up their stupid, sensational stories because all the world's a stage. I feel like probably Lance Twiggs should take my advice with the magnet. I would say he's probably the one most heavily chipped, but they all are. You know what I mean? The more unpredictable you can become and the more sovereign you can become, more of a truth speaker you can become, the better. TPUSA tracked everyone who was in the vicinity through their phones. I wonder if they're continuing to do that at every new event or how many events they did that before the day. Oh, you know what I'm also getting is that they can remotely review and remove files, PDFs, notes, messages at their discretion as well if it's like too much evidence. So yeah, I'm picking up. I saw that immediately. I don't even need to pull cards on that. Yes, don't forget to hit that like button, like, subscribe, share. Let's see if there's any more QQQs. Does sunscreen have something in it that interacts negatively with what they have done to the sun? I feel adverse wearing sunscreen. Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. Does it have titanium oxide in it? I just heard that. I feel like there's something metallic in it that absolutely kind of like fries your skin like bacon. That's what I'm picking up. I personally always wear a natural sunscreen. If I have to, if I'm going to be out in the sun for more than a few hours, I'll use like a real mild one, like Sun Bum or Alba, something real gentle. Okay. Also, is Tyler Robinson in jail right now? Well, during the preliminary hearing, because I'm seeing something where someone's being released from restriction or jail soon. So connected to the case, possibly. Okay. And here is the thing. I think that Lance Twiggs, something's going to happen to Lance Twiggs. This is coming further and further in the forefront of my mind for some reason as like there's a theory that Charlie was also shot from above and right side, and the neck was an exit wound. Another smaller shot from the front, apart from the explosion. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. I didn't feel any bullets wounds. What I felt was something traveling up from my heart through my veins to my neck that felt very cold, like a chemical, and felt like glass moving in my veins. I didn't feel any bullets. What I also felt was a snap in my neck, like tearing. Like I could physically feel the tearing of the spinal cord, which was not fun, I have to say. Like I got up and checked in the mirror, like to make sure my neck was okay because it felt so real. It felt so close. So yeah, not saying that it's not possible, you know, I'm just saying that that was not shown to me. And I think the magnets behind the this is also what I'm picking up is like, okay, there's obviously a reason that they're putting magnets behind tables and chairs and like booths set up to manipulate the space, the biofield around. And then there's also all this nanotechnology that's microscopic that no one can see. So what if in fact they had technology that could make the illusion of a gunshot and an illusion of a shot, because that's what that looks, the whole thing, from my psychic opinion, looks like the whole thing was staged with Lance Twiggs and Tyler Robinson, like they're getting initiated into Freemason, whatever. And I don't think that Candace is aware that she's a pawn in their game, that they're trying to get her and her genius fact checking skills to get him off. And then someone's still dead. Someone has still been schmurdered, right? So where have we gotten? That's why I think Charlie Kirk is coming to me and he's saying there's gang stalking. He was gang stalked before he was offed. There was a lot of weird things. There was something with Frank Turek allegedly singing to him, chanting. He thought it was weird, but he didn't want to be impolite, and he found it random when he stopped over to his house that he started singing. And yeah, leading up to it, I think that there was a lot of weird things that he wished he would have been a little more assertive and just said no. He was getting aggravated and annoyed, and more things were piling up, and he just wanted to be not difficult. But things were getting worse and worse and worse. And I do feel like he has this strong feeling of like, yeah, I should have listened to my intuition. I should have listened to my intuition. But when the moment came, I already knew like the premonition was the prophecy or whatever was like being carried out. So at that point, I feel like he was just kind of calm about it when the actual show started or event started. But yeah, I think that the magnets have something to do, and the fact that they could control the phones. There's something about creating an illusion and also using solar energy. That was also a very significant one as well. Dioxide. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Anything with titanium, not it's just not. You want to stay away from heavy metals. That's why like tinfoil hat and stuff, like it's like you don't want to wrap your food in aluminum foil. So I don't know why it would be good on your head, right? But I think magnets are better to nullify any type of nanotechnology or anything that's trying to disrupt your biomagnetic field. Um, yeah. Yes, Tyler Robinson's in jail. Okay. I don't know, guys. I just got this tip off, just literally the download just now. I don't know if they're going to like say like, oh, he can be let out until a verdict is called. I don't know, but there's something with that, boy. FBI was remotely deleting videos. Yeah. I definitely picked that up. And then it seems like the entire university of students have a gag order. Like no one's talking about the experience, it feels like. That description is scary. Yeah. Oh shoot. Oh. Okay, there we go. Ra Supreme, the sun god of ancient Egypt, acting as a creator of light, life, and the physical cosmos. Solar EMP refers to massive, naturally occurring coronal mass ejections, CMEs, that disrupt Earth. Yeah. Yeah. So the solar flashes, I think, might be artificially enhanced, if I'm honest with what I'm feeling from Charlie Kirk's message. There is definitely something significant. I'm going to ask him again to clarify tonight, and then I'm going to do a longer live tomorrow. But for some reason, he wanted me to get on here and say the snapped neck really quickly and talk about the nanobot technology that was in the ground somehow. I don't know. But it also kind of was the feeling I'm getting distorting the area, the biomagnetic area. Like, I don't know. I know nothing about this. So, but they needed solar energy. So I think to activate it or something like that. So there's a connection with the solar energy with that, the sun. I'd be curious to know if where the sun was positioned that day during his um live event when he was talking, because it seems like he was like staring right at the sun. All right, last question. I gotta run. Hi, welcome, Marquita. Um, why is Megyn Kelly turning for the narrative now? Okay, I really don't keep up with Megyn Kelly, but we'll just see what comes through it with the cards. I'm always suspect of Megyn Kelly a little bit because she came from Fox News, I think. Abundance, aligning with the right money makers, I would say, and a sense of balance. Like there's too many facts coming out against the other team, so I would watch out for someone that's like that. That's kind of like wishy-washy and just goes with the ping pong match, just whatever benefits themselves. I feel like she's someone that is kind of, it's in her best interest. She goes after what's best for her and her family and what looks the best. I don't think it's about like truth telling. I don't think she's like going to be a warrior for the truth. I think that she's just going to go where the story is most believable and where the money is. And obviously, the truth tellers are kind of winning on the scales at the moment. You know what I mean? All righty. Bye, guys. Thanks for popping on with me, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.